Hello to all the wonderful humans. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well and welcome. I am Aboli and I make science-based skincare and hair care videos. If you are interested in that space, then consider subscribing to my channel. In today's video, we are going to discuss about summer sunscreens. Recently, you guys know I've been posting a lot of sunscreen related content and I get so many questions about which is your favorite sunscreen, which is your holy grail sunscreen, sunscreens for oily skin, and yes, your wait is over. You're going to get all these answers today. So let's begin. Let's start with my favorite sunscreen. Now this is one sunscreen that I've been using for I think 3 years now. It truly leaves your skin matte. It is non-comedogenic because I've used this on active acne. Does not leave a white cast and is definitely a really good sunscreen for oily skin. And the best part about this sunscreen is that I've worn it outside everywhere, on the beach, for outdoor sightseeing, and it does not give you a tan. So this is one of the best sunscreens in Indian market, and that is a true Derma sunscreen gel. Now this is a hybrid sunscreen. It costs $8.99 for 50 grams. It is a bit expensive, but if you use it religiously every day, it will last you for around a month, which is good enough for me considering that I truly get the protection. Now with this sunscreen, you can see that it is definitely waterproof. You can see that the water just slides off and does not stay on your skin. Now let's see the texture of the product. I'm going to take a little bit so that you can see the texture. It is a silicone based sunscreen, so it has the silicone finish. It is a bit thick, but it is not thick in the sense that it will leave your skin greasy. It is thick in the sense it takes a little time to blend in, as it has a lot of silicone in it, and definitely does not give you a white cast at all. You just need a little time to blend it in. You see, this side of my hand almost looks a little blur. Yeah, that is because of the silicone. This sunscreen also works as a great primer. If you are an oily skin person and you want a sunscreen which would also prime your face, then the True Derma will give you the blur matte finish. Let's talk about the chemical filters that this product has. Now I'm not going to talk about the ingredients in depth because this is the product recommendations and I have to talk about other sunscreens also. So I'm going to quickly tell you the filters that this sunscreen has. Now it's a hybrid sunscreen, so it has chemical filters and zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. Now let's talk about chemical filters. It has octinoxate, which protects you against UVB. It has uvinil A, which is a really photostable chemical filter and protects you against UVA. Then we have Tinosorb S, which is photostable and it protects you against UVA and UVB. Then we have zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. Now both of these are broad spectrum but not very photostable. And then we have Uvisorb HEB, which is again a really photostable chemical filter. Now this sunscreen also has fragrance, but fragrance is the last ingredient in this sunscreen. It is not overpowering. Like when you apply it, you won't get the overwhelming fragrance that some sunscreens have. As you guys can see, this is a broad spectrum sunscreen. Like the filters mentioned do protect you against UVA and UVB. It also gives you SPF 50 and I am really happy with this sunscreen, and this is one sunscreen that I can recommend proudly because it definitely gives you a matte finish and will not tan your skin. Let's move on to the next sunscreen. Now this is the sunscreen that I'm using nowadays, and that is the Recoil Ultra Matte Gel. It gives you SPF 50 protection, PA+++, and it also protects you against IR radiation. Now I'm going to come to that in my community post about IR radiation and pigmentation, so wait for that. Now this product costs $6.95 for 50 grams. It is definitely waterproof. As you can see here, again the water just does not stick to your skin, it goes off. It is also non-comedogenic and does not leave a white cast. Like the True Derma sunscreen, this is also a silicone based sunscreen, so leaves a really nice matte finish. All my acne prone, oily acne prone ladies and gents can use this. As you can see, it is a little thinner than the True Derma sunscreen because the base is a little bit different, but it does leave your skin nice and matte. As you can see, does not leave a white cast at all, even when you use the desired quantity. So there you go, you see it gets absorbed in your skin very quickly. Again, you can see there's a little bit of blurring effect. So this sunscreen, like the DERMA sunscreen, also works great as a primer. Now let's come to the interesting part, and that is the ingredient list of this sunscreen. This is also a hybrid sunscreen, so it has chemical and physical filters in it. But the kicker here is that the ingredients, like the sunscreen related ingredients, are the exact same as the DERMA sunscreen. Like it has octinoxate, it has uvenyl A, UV-Sorb HEB, zinc oxide, titanium dioxide, Tinosorb S. All of these filters are the same as DERMA sunscreen. Now this one also has fragrance, but like the DERMA sunscreen, the fragrance is the last ingredient in the Recoil Ultra Matte Gel. The fragrance is not annoying. It definitely goes off in like a minute or two. So as you've seen that the chemical and the physical filters are the same, so this one also provides broad spectrum protection. I've worn this outside and it does not give you a tan. Now it also has ingredient Physalis angulata extract, which protects you against the IR radiations that I was talking about. I'm going to speak about this on the community post. Okay, so this was my second recommendation, and according to me, these two sunscreens are really good right now for oily, acne prone skin. Now let's move on to the third sunscreen. Now the third sunscreen that I have right now is a collaborative effort between you and me. This one was a suggestion made by you guys. I took it, I bought it, and wow, am I impressed by this sunscreen. You guys have outdone yourself with this recommendation. And that is the UV Dose sunscreen. The UV Dose sunscreen is again a silicone sunscreen, gives you SPF 50 PA+++ protection. It is a broad spectrum sunscreen. It, like the other two, does not leave a white cast. You can use it on acne prone skin because it is non-comedogenic, and it is also waterproof. Like you can see here, the water again just drips off, does not stay on your skin, definitely water resistant. But let's talk about sweat resistance a little bit. All the three sunscreen that I have mentioned are a little sweat proof, I'd say, but when it comes to truly being sweat resistant, I don't think any sunscreen can do that, because when the sweat starts flowing, nothing can really keep it on your face, especially if you are in a really hot place at noon, you're outside. To believe that a sunscreen can stop sweating in that situation is having really high hopes. I don't think any sunscreen would give you like the truly sweat proof kind of feel. Now this one costs $6.99 for 50 grams. It costs similar to the Ultra Matte Gel. Now let's look at the texture of the product. I have washed my hands so that the textures don't mix. The UV Dose texture is very similar to the DERMA one. You see, it's a silicone based texture, but it is a little thicker than the Recoil one, like the DERMA sunscreen, and it also takes a little time to blend in your skin, but does not leave a white cast. You see, again, does not leave any kind of a residue. It's very matte like the other two sunscreens, and you can also use this as a primer. I really like this one also. So let's talk about the ingredients. Now again, like the Recoil Ultra Matte Gel, this one also has the same ingredients like the DERMA. So all of the three sunscreens that I've spoken about have the same chemical and physical filters. Again, like the other, the fragrance is the last in the ingredient list, and the fragrance is not overpowering, so not a problem for me. Now I'm going to talk about a tinted sunscreen, and that is a Recoil tinted sunscreen. This is a little expensive. It's $7.95 for 50 grams. It's a pure zinc sunscreen. It has 25% zinc in it. Because it's a tinted sunscreen, it does not leave a white cast, but the problem with this, it comes in only one shade, and it's very obvious that it's not going to suit everybody. For me, when I use it on makeup, it's okay, but when I don't use it on makeup, it leaves a weird orangish cast that you can see that it has like a red orangish undertone. and doesn't go with my skin so nicely, but I don't mind it because it kind of blends in my skin after a little time. Now it was also non-comedogenic, has not broken me out, leaves your skin nice and matte, especially for the summers. So if you are someone who wants to start with like a tinted sunscreen so that you know, you can do like a light makeup on top of it, you can use it, but beware of the shade. Now this is how it looks. This one has the creamiest texture of all of the sunscreens that I've shown right now, but it is also a silicone based sunscreen. Unlike the other sunscreen, this one also has other emollients, so if you don't have like extremely oily skin or combination skin types, you can definitely use this. Having said that, this also suits oily skin type, but it has a little more emollient ingredients in this sunscreen. As you guys can see, it blends in your skin really nicely. And right now you can't see any of the orangish undertone I'm talking about, but it is quite visible. It also leaves a very nice matte looking face, and it's really good if you want like a very minimal makeup for the summers. But the problem with this is that I have acne prone skin, and you know, subconsciously I always think of anything tinted as makeup, and whenever it's makeup I always feel like, you know, I will break out with this product because that's what is fed in my head, that you shouldn't wear makeup every day if you have acne prone skin. So I don't see myself wearing this sunscreen as a regular wear, but I would wear the sunscreen, you know, to start with a very minimal makeup for the summers. I couldn't find fragrance in the ingredient list, so it is fragrance free and a good option for people opting for fragrance free products. Now we're going to talk about the last sunscreen. The only reason why I have included this sunscreen is because it has a really good texture, especially for the summers. The problem that I have with this sunscreen are the ingredients. There are quite a lot of problematic ingredients in this product, so I'm going to leave it up to you guys if you want to use it or not. And I'm talking about the L'Oreal UV Perfect Super Aqua Essence. It is a great sunscreen to reapply on your makeup, very liquidy and gives a nice glow, but it is not, you know, super greasy like the other sunscreens. Now it is SPF 50 plus, and it gives you protection against PA++, also the long UVA. That is a very good thing. It is a really watery sunscreen. I have shown the sunscreen in my reapplication video. As you can see, it's watery, does not leave a white cast, and I have also not broken out with this product. It is very liquidy, like it feels like an essence which is written on the name. Yeah, you guys can see it gets absorbed in the skin and it also leaves your skin glowy. I really like the texture of the sunscreen, but let's come to the problematic part. And the problematic part is not that it has alcohol in it. The problematic part is that it has sensitizing ingredients like geraniol, citronellol, limonene and linalool. All of these ingredients are the fragrance part of essential oils. Now these are the ingredients that can give super allergies to people, and they are also incredibly sensitizing. They are the fragrance part, so they do not carry any benefits that people talk about when they talk about essential oils. So very problematic according to me. It's not necessary in a sunscreen at all. Apart from all of these ingredients, it also has fragrance in it, so they have already added fragrance, so I don't really understand the point of adding these ingredients, but they do have these ingredients. Apart from these ingredients, it has Uvinol T150, Tinazob S, Uvinol A, titanium dioxide, Maxorel XL. Now Maxorel XL is a chemical filter which is made by L'Oreal Paris Group. It is a photostable chemical filter, protects you against UVA and UVB. That's how you get the long UVA protection. So the 4th plus in the PA is because of this filter. Now this was my last recommendation. I sincerely hope that you guys find the sunscreen of your dreams and the sunscreen that suits your skin perfectly. That's it. If you like the video, then don't forget to click the like button. Until next time, bye bye.